Hello. Hello, everyone. This is June 19th, 2021. Welcome to the show. This is Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. Again, if you want to be a sponsor to the show, please get in touch with me. You can call me 313-949-5768. You can inbox me on Facebook at Sunshine Camila, Kamela. And you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. Please support. Again, the show has been in effect since the beginning of December of last year. I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You are one person away, one vice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. When my guest comes on, I will let you know how I know the person. Again, today is a holiday, a federal holiday of June 19th, which will signify our freedom again. I'm so excited to be able to have this show on this Saturday, a history day. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all your support, for those who encourage me, for those who keep pushing me, those who have came on the show already, and those who are coming onto the show. Those who I've asked to be on the show, they first say, "Hey, I'm so nervous, I'm scared, I'm this and I'm that." And then when they get on the show, they're so comfortable. Again, I'm in my house on my comfy couch. You're where you are. There's no need to be nervous at all. It's just me. I'm the cousin, I'm the neighbor, I'm the sister, I'm the auntie, I'm all of those things. And just, you know, we're just chopping it up. Real conversations. That's all we're doing. It's no reason to be scared or anything like that. Today's lineup, again, I've been one friends with this individual for now 25 years. Um, and we will talk about that and once he gets on the show. And I think he's here. Let's see. Something just happened. And again, later on, my mother will be on, and one of my sisters that I've known maybe 4 or 5 months now, but she feels definitely like family. So she will be on shortly. We're just waiting for my guest to come on, and I'm so excited to have him on. If you guys have not noticed, yes, I have cut my hair off. It's too hot to have hair, so I'm free. Thank you to my assistant pastor at Destiny on Purpose for letting me telling me about her barber. And so yes, I went and got it cut off, and I feel so free. Oh, y'all just don't understand. That's my mom saying. You here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
I can't see you though.
I understand that. I don't do this a whole lot. There we go. What's happening?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
All right. So today I already did my intro. So today, you guys, welcome my friend Philip Doty. Um, I'm not. Uh, I've known him. Now, let's see. We graduated June 16th of 1996. So it's officially been 25 years.
Correct.
25 whole years that we graduated from high school.
Yeah, couple decades.
Yes, I can't believe it myself. But however, um, we came in at a great time. We both are alumni of Laura F. Osborne High School. We came in 92, which was one of the highest incoming class of freshmen. Our particular year, they was going to turn Osborne into a magnet school because we had so many people. All the other schools like Cass, King, all of them were so full. They had to do something with all the other intelligent beings. So they were talking about doing a magnet school at Osborne. So me and Philip and several others in the class of 92, they were setting up where we would all go to the same classrooms for the whole 4 years, basically. And this is how I met Mr. Doty. We had several classes together. We had our moments. We never fell out or anything like that after even high school. Um, I think it was probably MySpace. I don't know. We somehow got back in touch with each other, and we
Hmm.
have been talking off and on uh, since we've been out of high school. So Mr. Doty is um, right now he works at GM, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You got it.
And he's been there a minute. He has did some traveling from one state to another.
I'm what they call a GM gypsy.
Um, Also, today's show I pegged it as um, you got to have a plan.
Mhm.
You got to have a plan. So we're gonna go from um, senior year high school till now with your plan.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about you had a daughter in high school, correct? Or was it right after high
Nah,
school? When did she get here? What year was that?
I was at work at General Motors. I was working what almost a year in General Motors. So yeah, I didn't have my daughter in high school. I
So
had her. Yeah,
what
I
was
was
the plan
grown.
from there? Let's go there.
The plan was to be a father. The
Hmm.
plan was uh to do what I had to do to better my family. I mean, I knew I had a child coming in this world, so hell, I was what 20? Yeah, 20. So from that point on, you got to ask yourself what you choose to accept or tolerate, or do you plan on you wanting the life be better for your child? And day she was born, I stopped smoking weed. So I watched during labor, stopped smoking weed after that point. Um, always worked hard, always put in mad hours, always just side hustle, whatever you want to call it. But you know, that's in our neighborhood DNA. So you just gotta ask yourself what you want better for your child. And as time went on, had a place, me and her mom, and that ain't work out. And I ended up moving to Lansing, and I fell on my feet, in Lansing, had a good time, but still, saw a lot of Osborne alumni out there, had a ball. Uh, Learned some real hard lessons and end up getting my family back and then moving. I bought my first crib when I was 26 in West Bloomfield. Me and her mom made a decision that we wanted to get a better school, better educational system than what we grew up in. And we figured West Bloomfield was the best at the time. And what happened? That's when I learned about redlining, how mortgage companies don't want minorities to live in certain neighborhoods. So they was always like, "You sure you don't want to live in Southfield?" "No, I don't want to live in Southfield." "Why don't you want to live in Southfield?" "It don't matter. I want to live here." So went through about 10 banks, ended up getting a house in West Bloomfield. Baby girl went to elementary school there, went to her first footsteps. She was walking on her tippy toes, so we always had her in dance. Uh, had her going to dance class there in West Bloomfield, and she went there for elementary. She went there for middle school, and then the housing financial market crashed. So we had been staying there and damn near like what 6 or 7 years. You know, I had to relocate to Kansas City. Well, they gave us an option. They was like, you can be laid off, and we don't know when you coming back to work, or you can go to Kansas City and we'll pay you. Duh, that's a no brainer. Some of my friends stayed. I chose not to. Um, I ended up moving my family to Kansas City, and it was a big adjustment. It was definitely a big adjustment for my family, for myself, for everybody.
So
Uh,
you didn't know anybody in Kansas City, correct? When you moved.
nah, I knew a lot of people in Kansas City.
Okay.
It was about 600 people from my plant transferred there, let alone even though I've been to other plants. So yeah, I mean, I ain't know the whole city. I got friends, real good work friends, or what we used to call or still do UAW brothers and sisters. So we all looked out for each other. But anyhow, we end up transferring there, and it was hard for my daughter adjusting school down there in the beginning, but she got there, and I'm working still doing my thing. She's still doing dance. Her mom's still doing her thing, and what ended up happening? A couple years, like before she got ready to graduate, well, not even that far. She ended up trying out for the Nutcracker. She was the first African American to play the leading role in the Nutcracker in Kansas City ever. So she had about, I think, 12 or 13 shows. And they said that the Nutcracker never grows so much because it was just so many people going to see both
So
girls
they just
initially.
added. They just kept adding shows to it.
Well, no, it wasn't that they just kept adding shows. It was always sold out.
Okay.
And the person that had picked my daughter had got a lot of flack about it, but they like, hey, she put in the work, she got the talent. They gave it to her. I guess all in a nutshell, even when I end up transferring from Kansas City to Ohio, because my mom was kind of sick or whatever, this, that, and the third, everything is always predicated around family. Everything is predicated on trying to better, as far as I'm concerned, my future, my clone, me and her mother's clone, which is our daughter. Um, my mama got sick, this, that, and the third. She had a few issues or whatnot. That kind of changed things, and I ended up moving to Ohio. My daughter and her mom ended up staying, and she graduated from Kansas City. Then she ended up getting a full scholarship to Wayne State. So it's kind of just tripped out how everything go full circle and come right back. But anyhow, I was in Ohio. Now I'm in Texas.
So your daughter got a full ride for dance at Wayne.
Yeah, yeah. She had got a full ride, but she had ended up dropping it for personal reasons or whatnot. And I understood, but she's still going to college there, and she should be done probably by the end of the year now. So
So I'm having for you guys that maybe you're not, catching on to the story. So the plan is, as we always say, home is your first ministry. Nothing else matters outside of home. You make sure that as a woman, as a man, husband, wife, whatever, especially if you have children, you want to make sure that you make the best decisions to make sure that your whole household is successful on whatever level and goals that you're trying to go to. So I named this "You Gotta Have a Plan." That they saw as their daughter as young, she was able to do things and what, as he said, walk on her tippy toes. And so they groomed her for dance, and this is something probably she wanted to do. He went to the best neighborhood at the time to try to get her in the best educational spot to better her. And then where she is now, all this time, even though it might not have worked out with the mom or whatever the case may be, they still worked together to make sure the plan was to make sure that their daughter was successful. Correct?
absolutely, there would be no other way.
So um, he did what he had to do, whatever his working hours, whatever outside of the job, whatever the case may be, to make sure that the household, the first ministry, is taken care of. Were there hours or were there things that you sacrificed? Do you feel like you sacrificed to make sure that your daughter was good?
Oh yeah, but I wouldn't change it. You gotta have sacrifice to be able to grow. That's It's inevitable.
Hmm.
I guess. I mean, I could be wrong, but growing up in the circumstances that we grew up in, yeah, it's inevitable.
So again, since I did this, I've always make sure that our males are depicted as men, and they're out doing what they need to do to make sure that their homes or whatever they're doing for themselves is taken care of. They're not out in the streets selling drugs. They're not in jail. They're not doing all of this stuff. I know personally several men who are taking care of business. Also, I want to bring out his daughter has been dancing since she was little, and she has been successful at beating the odds. As you heard him say earlier, that whoever chose her for the lead, they might have got in trouble or had some backslide, probably because she black. Um, and she beat all odds. I've seen pictures of her at competitions. I've seen her. He has pictures of her like leaping in the air, and I'm like, how do they? She has done some immaculate things, and right now his daughter is one of the dancers to the Pistons, even though the season is over. But she was a Pistons dancer. That is not the easiest thing to do. I have a cousin that I had on previously that was a Piston dancer as well. Um, and now she's in college and she should be finishing up, like he said, at the end of the year. I also had him on here because he does a lot of, is it stock market?
Yeah, I day trade. I day trade.
He's very successful at it. He's always posting things about making sure that you're taken care of. Make sure you know what you know and invest. So what do you want to say about that?
I'm gonna say this. First of all, buy AMC GameStop. That's it. Second of all, um, day trading, number one, is not for everybody. Uh, it can be stressful. It can be very rewarding. The question you have to ask yourself is, how much are you willing to learn to understand a game that you probably never played in your life? I understood trading. Even a little bit that I thought I understood, I didn't understand too much, nowhere near nothing. So I had to dig deeper. And I really came upon all this when I was driving down here to Texas. It's like 18 hours to drive from Ohio to Texas. My cousin was behind me. So long story short, you got a lot of time to yourself if you ain't got somebody next to you. I ain't got nobody next to me. I got a whole car packed full of my stuff. Anyway, um, yeah, I asked for strength. I asked for guidance. And it was a lot of expensive mistakes in learning about trading. But I mean, if the expensive mistakes about trading made me do it 10 to 8 doubles times or whatever the expense was, it's worth it. Everybody not willing to take that kind of risk. Um, and once you really start learning something, you getting better at it. Now you treat it like a craft, and which I end up doing, and it's definitely pretty promising. Hopefully, it get me up out of here where I won't have to work no more. That's what I'm planning on doing. But again, everybody is scared of change. So when you see something and this, that, and the third, I don't know if you see you got the positive people around you or you got the negative people, and then you got to be Warren Buffett said it best. You got to be around the smartest people. If you ain't around the smartest people and you ain't got the encouragement of people, then you gonna have to encourage and figure it out yourself. And the question is, are you willing to learn? Especially when it's that much money out there. And it's not fake money, it's actually real money. You just gotta pay taxes on it. Pay taxes anyway. So why not go get it? That's just my take on it. You know? Hello. Hello. I guess we had a bad connection. What happened?